Ain't no how stepping with Marcus J. Thank y'all, everybody, for staying with us as we progress through our night. We're definitely happy and honored to still have in studio our sister Jermica Pegram has joined us here tonight. Talk about the cool things that she's got going on her website. She's a clinician as well as a motivational speaker. She's got me so excited I'm tongue-tied and babbling over my words, but definitely glad to have had her here with us tonight. This is the last segment that we'll have her on. SY is going to lead us in the Y segment, but before we get into it, Jermica, one more time, tell us about what you're doing, where we can find you, and what you got going on specifically so that the listeners can make sure that they follow you and get some of that motivation that you're giving out.
You can follow me on Twitter at Circle the Change, CHANGE. Or my Facebook, you can type in Jermica, GERMIKA, Pegram, PEGRAM, comma, MSW.
Wait.
Or you can go to community involvement. Just type that in for Facebook and it'll pop up and it'll link you to my other page. I do not have Instagram. I will get Instagram very soon when I get someone to help me manage that. So
I can dig it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J at this time. The co-host of Ain't No Half Stepping, Marcus J, is going to jump in and make us all so much more wise. What you got, girl?
Well, I'm going to skip to the funny stuff. The fun stuff first. The memory lane first, since I begged my guests to hold tight. So I'm going to go there first. And I want you all to tell me, do you remember what you did before you had a smartphone?
Yeah, I remember. I had to press the A button 3 times to get to the C.
T9, right?
Yeah, I remember not even having a phone. Actually, even before that, I remember them big ass phones that like took up the whole side of your head. Yeah, I remember them joints.
And what was it? It was another one. Not Pioneer. What was another phone that began? It began with a Panasonic. Matter of fact, I think I still have mine.
I know I still got mine.
I just can't seem to throw it away.
I know I still got mine because I'm a pack rat for electronics, so I know I still got mine.
So I'm going to tell you what they said. The first thing we lived without the duck face.
Huh?
The duck face. It says, we took selfies with digital cameras. You know how you go.
yeah, that is true.
Yeah,
no
matter how cute you are, you look a damn fool when you're doing that.
So they said, now they don't say that the duck face exists. They won't say that it didn't exist before the smartphone. But my goodness, we didn't see it everywhere. Yeah. Okay.
You don't see no ducks walking around with a straight face.
They just got their bill all out. So then they said, when you wanted to take a video, you used your camcorder. Remember pulling out your camcorders?
Camcorder, yeah, I remember.
And it was so exciting when the small camcorders came out. I was all happy I didn't have that big thing sitting on my shoulder like I was directing a movie or something.
Camcorder on your shoulders.
On your shoulders.
Yep.
And then they said, well, we Googled by ourselves. And he said, Siri makes me lazy. Because he says everything. Siri, what time is it? Siri, do I have a doctor's appointment scheduled for Friday?
Siri.
You have to have an iPhone to know who Siri is.
Oh, man, the Apple stuff? Yeah, I ain't tripping.
You don't like Siri?
I can't stand it.
Siri, can you please make me a medical appointment for December 22nd?
Okay, what time is the appointment?
Oh, word? It's like that?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's that creepy commercial where Siri is like stalking the dude when he was going to buy the new phone. That's what that is?
Yes,
oh,
that's
hell
Siri.
No.
But Google now has
Google
voice
Talk,
search.
I use it, but it don't talk back to me. It just pulls it up on my phone. I don't need my phone to talk to me unless it's a real person on the other side.
You should go and look for, what's her name? Cantana?
No. I got issues with the GPS. Don't just
Cortana.
Yeah, I don't want that stuff, man.
But you can find out like what planes are flying above you. I did that last night on here. It's pretty cool.
Give me one half of a reason why I would even want to know that.
Siri, what planes are flying above me?
I swear if that joint say.
Let me think.
It did. It did.
Hold on,
It
wait a
did it
minute.
last night.
You got a dude.
Oh, that's right. I was supposed to say Siri.
You got a dude.
Siri, what planes are flying overhead?
You got a dude.
Yeah.
Checking. Here's what I found on the web for planes are flying.
Well, it'll usually show you this. Like last night was so
Word?
scary.
Wow.
It listed the actual planes with time. It was so
So we can sit here. We
cool.
can sit here and laugh about that, but that's really creepy. Y'all.
Yeah.
Like
You know,
next-
some phones you can actually, if a song is playing, you can hold it
You
up
can
to
do it
it
with
and it'll
this.
tell you.
Yes.
Yeah.
How do you
It
do
does
it?
that.
I have
My
the
boyfriend's
iPhone
phone
5.
can do it.
I got an app for that. I got it called
See, I got
Sound
Shazam does it,
Sound
and
Hound.
Siri does it.
Is that how you
Yeah.
do
Siri,
it?
yeah, and
We
you can
tried to
do an
it
app.
with Google, and it was like it showed who the
It's in
artists
your
were.
settings. Tell them go in your settings.
Yeah, that's really
You got
weird.
people all over the audience. Like, wait, do what?
Wait, it does what?
How do I do what now?
Oh shoot.
And it turned into a technology forum.
804-402-2893
Yeah, it's in your
if
settings.
you want
I
to
saw
know
it, but I don't know how.
where the airplanes are and you want to set your doctor's appointment.
So, and then to go backwards a little bit, it said we carried Nokia bricks.
Who?
Remember them old Nokia?
I had one of those.
Yeah, that's the
Oh,
phone
that's
that
what
I was
mine.
mentioning
Was
earlier.
it Nextel? Who was it?
No,
The
it
cell
wasn't.
phone company.
Well, Nextel
Well,
was
Nextel
one.
was the one that had like the walkie-talkie thing.
Yeah.
No, but it was who was the name of the company? It's the same building where Sprint is right now. on
Nextel.
Broad.
Yeah, it's Nextel.
Hello?
Yeah, Nextel.
I
Nextel
don't
got
know
bought
what
out
it
by
is.
She's
Sprint.
like, hello.
That's the pager place.
Oh, I had a pager.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of those too.
Yeah, I had one of those. I still
Chucked
got it.
I did too.
And when I told you, I
Is it
hoard
still
electric-
on?
Nah, I turned that
Now
joint
that
off.
would be a problem.
Oh, I know some people that have pagers. So
So then it said another thing that we did on our own before our smartphones, and it's relating. Remember, it's the smartphone, not cell phone, because the smartphone is what's doing all this jazz for us. So it says now we dialed our phone numbers ourselves,
yeah.
because now we could say, call Marcus J, calling Marcus J. You
Yeah.
know, so it does.
I
we
still
did it
got my
ourselves.
mom's number, like on purpose, because I don't want to forget. But I learned a lesson when he had the blackout in New York, not the major one, but there was another something going on. I had my little phone book. And I think my mom told me, like, you need to, like, always have a backup.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, I do a lot of walking.
I found that out the
And
hard
I
way this weekend.
had my phone book, and I was able to call where I needed to be.
You know-
Because I couldn't even get through on the internet. So it worked.
Maybe I
I
better do
have a
that because
cousin
I don't have a
who
backup.
is in her 80s.
Mom is smart.
And we were talking last week, like last Thursday, and she is so worried that 411 is going to go away. Because she
Oh,
still
of
uses her
course.
phone book,
Really?
and it's expensive.
Didn't
She
think
called
about that,
them
did you?
once to
No,
find
I
some
never-
sort of, she needed somebody to come and fix something. And she was like, do you know they charge me? I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't know 411 was still around.
You got to pay them because now everyone's using their phone. So they don't really need them.
Well, she's worried. She was like, I don't know what's
It's
going to happen.
eventually going
when
to.
She
411
needs to
goes
find
away.
another job.
It's automated, I
She's
think, right?
she's 80, like 86 years old.
Why doesn't she retire?
No, I'm saying like when she needs something, like she needs a plumber.
Oh,
So
got you.
called
I thought you were
411.
saying she works for 411.
You know what?
I was like, good Lord.
Switchboard operator.
She invented 411. Yes. I get
Ruth
it.
Buzzy. Remember Ruth Buzzy at the switchboard?
Oh my goodness, y'all killing me.
No, no.
So the sixth thing is said that we did is we had mixtapes instead of playlists.
Yeah, now that I
Remember that?
remember. I do. I still got most of mine.
I still have some cassettes. I refuse
I got
to get rid
cassettes
of.
that I taped. Now I'm about to date myself. I got tapes from where I taped
Off the radio?
Off the radio,
Me too.
BLS, Back Home,
Me
Kiss. This is before Hot 97.
Yeah.
This is BLS and Kiss. And I got a concert that I taped, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, from January of 1985. I still got.
You got the Quiet Storm on tape.
I got some of
Man,
that.
I got a lot of the choir
Because
song. I
this
used
is what you used to
sneak so I
do.
didn't wake my
Mr. Magic
mother.
on
Because
tape.
you would get mad because you would wait and wait for the top 10 to come on, but then your mama made you go and do something, and you came back and the first half of your song went on, but you was like, damn, I'm gonna tape it anyway. You're like, damn.
Oh my gosh. And you had to be careful because I used to sneak, like I said, because if I turned up the volume, then that meant, but however loud the volume was how it was going to play. So if your volume was low, that means when
That's
you
it.
played, it was
It's low.
I used to be so mad, like,
It's
no.
low.
I'm about to really blow your
Too
mind.
close, you get the.
Yep.
I'm about to really mess you up. I
I
used to take my tape deck and I used to hold it up to the TV and tape TV theme songs right off the TV.
Oh wow!
Right off the TV. Have you ever that joint talk about now the world don't move? like word. All right.
Okay.
When your favorite singer came on TV and he was playing a song, you went up there, play record.
Yep. No doubt.
Get it, yep.
No doubt. Now,
That's
you
so
done touched
funny.
my soul with that one right there.
That's
So
so
now,
funny.
me and my daughter laughed about this one. It said, before we had our smartphones, we made uncomfortable eye contact. Now, who can guess where you were making the uncomfortable eye contact?
Without a smartphone.
I was shocked Kyra got it.
Without a smartphone.
Without a smartphone,
making uncomfortable
you
eye
were
contact.
stuck.
Church or
You were stuck making uncomfortable eye contact
school playground.
on the train.
On the
Oh
train.
yeah.
Sitting there like
I wasn't
you gotta
raised on the
sit
train.
ahead. You know,
Yeah.
the person looking at you
That-
there,
that's
and
true.
it's like, oh,
That's what But if you want to have
Yeah.
some fun
Guess I
when
never
when
did
that
that.
happens, you just stare at somebody and rock.
yeah, they'd be like, next person coming on the train. Oh
Just
boy.
just pick somebody new every stop.
Everybody will just move up to the
Oh,
next car.
that is
I was
crazy.
never that I don't like when people stare at me, and I don't stare at people. The eye contacting was
So you
never.
never-
So
you
you
never
sat
played-
like this?
So you never played
No, I
the
did. You play with your nails. You do stuff.
pick your
you
nose,
write.
cool stuff like
I just
that.
I don't. I have this thing with people looking at me. I used to cry.
Why is
when I was
that?
little.
No,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah,
I
let's-
don't know.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
like-
we got to- she
Oh,
got
I
to
used to
take-
cry.
Tell
My
me
sister,
why that makes
my
you feel
older
uncomfortable.
brother and my sister would just sit there and just look at me, and I would just get so mad, and I would cry. And my mom was like, "You're a lunatic. Why are you crying?"
But you know what though? Like I play that game every once in a
okay.
while
I
with
got
my
it.
11-year-old, and she usually wins. Like the stare at each
Gotta
other
stare
game
down.
and see who wins, and then finally it'd be like, I don't want to look at you no more. Come on now, you won. And she'd be like, Daddy, you don't want to look at me, and then we get to fussing.
The
Like-
games we used to play were the noise. My brother, he's like older, and I will never forget. He held my arms together, like, cause he's like 6'5" or something, and he could take one hand and at that time put it around both, and he would go.
Oh yeah.
My sister still does that.
We used to
She
do
still
that.
does.
I hated it.
That is the.
Oh my
Satan.
god.
I still do it.
That's
I still do it.
horrible.
And my
Let's
mother
go
would
do
be like, Kenneth, leave her alone. Kenneth, just stop it. And I'm like, woo, woo. And we drove
Yep.
her crazy. My brother would be like,
Yeah.
and he'd be like, and I'm like, and it gave me like a heart attack. I couldn't stand.
Because you wigging out now.
We were on the Eiffel Tower. We went to Europe. Oh God, I can't. Mom! She's like, stop it, you too over there. And what?
Yes, my sister. Yeah,
Oh,
they do that too.
that is so. We are so awesome.
Now that I don't mind, but
I hate it.
she got oh,
I can't even do
it
it.
was torture between that and spiders.
Oh,
Torture.
Lord.
He flipped that little card. Remember the card game you flipped and you had to match it? That's how I got arachnophobia because of that.
the
And ever
spider on the
since,
game. Lord.
You ever
I'ma
make you
need
play
to
Knuckles?
Stop this.
huh?
My brother used to force me to
War.
play Knuckles.
Yes,
Oh yeah, we used to play
right?
knuckles.
all the time. It hurt.
How many you
Or,
have left?
or what about? Or how about this? Since we doing that, how about we put a frog on your leg or something?
Oh.
Remember the frogs?
Or the fart game.
You take one of your knuckles and then you would just
like
find
the
a
fart-
thick just find a thick
No,
muscle and
I
just
didn't like-
tag that joint,
Oh my God,
and then you would watch
no.
the muscle just bubble up on your arm.
Oh
That was
God.
awesome.
That
My
was
brother liked
disgusting.
wrestling. I was like his little wrestling
Yeah,
doll.
we
He
did
would like
that.
just come in the
You
room
know,
and close.
hey, look!
Yeah.
Shout out to all the little brothers and little sisters in the world.
Oh no.
Oh my God, for taking all
I
the
was
abuse that we
tortured.
gave.
I was put in the dryer. My own just confession. I was put into the dryer. He's not getting nothing for Christmas. I was put into the dryer, and he turned it on. Then would open it. Yup, I'm
All
telling
right,
you. Yup, he
I
did.
can see
I'm
where
finally.
this is going.
That's awesome.
I'm gonna
Yes.
have to see if I,
I just
can
wanted to get
recruit
out off
Dr.
my. He
Phil.
did.
Oh, no
I can
doubt.
see where this
I
is
got
going.
this.
The best
'cause
one
he
I
tried to
had
throw
was
a dart in my
brother.
back.
My brother and I staged my brother's murder. We put ketchup on a knife, and he laid down on the floor with ketchup on his shirt, and I stood over him while my little sister wigged out. I thought
That was
to
so
this
mean.
to
That
this
is
to
Marcus,
this
that's really mean.
And
to this
twisted.
to this day, it's still one of my favorite memories in life.
That is so mean.
I'm gonna.
You know,
move
the
on.
horror on her
I'm-
face
I
just gives me
can't
all
believe
kinds
you
of
did
joy.
that.
Yeah.
That's
was
not
great.
fair.
That's Marcus.
That's
Yeah.
we're gonna talk
Yeah,
about that
you need
later.
help.
I'm
Oh.
gonna. I'm
I
gonna
need
have
some
to.
clinicians.
With an S, like
couple
multiple.
of
Oh my
I
God.
could diagnose you right now, but I
So
won't.
I'm gonna go into something else.
What you got?
I have 11 interesting psychological facts about us that we didn't know about.
This is good.
You gonna tell me about me?
9 of mine.
I'm going to tell you about us.
Okay, what you got?
Number one,
Okay.
you cannot multitask. There is no such thing. Now let's think about it. Multitask means you're going to do 2 or more tasks
At one time.
at one time.
Or more. 2 or more.
The brain can only do one task
Not true.
at a time.
I can walk and chew gum.
Even when you walk and chew gum, you stop chewing.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. You stop chewing, you swallow, you can't chew and talk, you can't hear and chew. I mean, you cannot.
You can't do it.
You cannot.
You can't.
I disagree. I'm a mother.
Yeah,
I totally
No,
disagree.
I don't
with
know
that.
about that one.
Think
I
about
totally
it the
disagree.
next
There
time.
is a pause you
do
may
it.
not recognize.
Yes.
There is a pause. This was actually, I remember this article, but there is a pause that you are not recognizing because you seemed at the speed of you chewing and walking.
Yep.
Those two psychologically have already been processed in your brain, but you are not actually thinking about have you stopped.
Pay
And
attention next time.
Because if you did, this is why you bite your tongue, because then it's because the overlap of the processing of the neurons
Brain can only do one
that are
thing
like
at a
processing
time.
all your movements.
He says.
So it's interesting.
I just thought of something, but your mother's here, so I'm not going to say it.
Oh! My mom's like, please, child, honey, girl, go ahead.
Okay, so the second
Saying.
thing, he says that we do not like reading text online. And he says it's true. You're reading this article now, but you prefer to read it on paper. And when I read that line, I'm like, yeah, I would. He said text on the screen is hard on the eyes and it tires your eyes very quickly. Unless the information is interesting or is an easy to read font, your eyes and your brain lose focus very quickly and you're more likely to skip over text.
That's
Okay?
why he
Take
said
out the important
prefer.
words. That's what I do.
We're
But let the
skimming
operative
article.
word be prefer. So if it's your preference to read that for quick reference, then you won't lose as much attention.
You won't lose as much attention. You have to be into the article. It has to be that interesting to you.
I get it. Mm-hmm.
Now, this one, I'm guilty. I even tested it when I did it. So this one says, when you read, you anticipate. You anticipate what you're reading, and you read the wrong words. And the hardest thing about this, I used to check my daughter's work, and I would say, okay, read this to me, turn it around, read this again to me. She's reading what she thought she put on paper. I said, no, read what's on the paper, not what's in your head. And when you read what's on the paper, actual words on the paper, you get your mistakes.
Yeah, and they get the.
So he says, and I should let somebody, you know what, I'm going to let you read it because I want you to do it. And number 3.
Who said I can read? Oh, Lord. See, now,
It's been a farce.
Yeah.
your mom gonna get you. I know.
You better quit.
My mom be like, oh, well.
Better quit playing with your mama.
Okay. So am I reading the whole thing
You're going to read the whole thing because he's going to trip you up.
from beginning to end, or is there a
Yep.
certain part? Okay. Are there? I don't know why.
No, she's perfect.
Are there ever times when you read aloud and you end up saying a word that isn't there? It's because you anticipate the upcoming letters and say them before you actually see them. For example, you probably read and say, the little children play outside, but the actual text would say, the little children played out and about. When our minds put words together, such as children, play outside, we anticipate it's not until... Why did he put that there? That's grammatically incorrect. We anticipate it's... No, that is grammatically incorrect. We anticipate it's...
We
Why would you-
anticipate it.
No. There's a
Watch the
comma.
punctuation.
Yeah. Why would you say it's comma means it is?
We anticipate it.
It's
It
not
is
until
not-
after we actually read it that we realize it says something other than what we're. Who cares? I'm still going to Harvard or UPenn.
He got me too.
I was like, oh, that's grammatically incorrect.
He got me
But I
too.
think it's because the two eyes I
wants us to-
processed
Yep.
it's, and I'm like, that's wrong.
He's like, see, you're anticipating. what I'm supposed to be writing.
That's
instead
good
of
psychological, which I think that came from Psychology Today.
That is
'Cause
so
I'm
awesome.
like
See
a
where this
fan
came.
of them or something like that.
Well, it came from Margarita Fields in the Inspiration. I don't know what that.
She may be a part of them, but I remember seeing
Yeah.
it, but it's really good.
So, and then number 4 says synchronous activity bonds your group. And I'll read that one. Did you know that doing things together bonds your group together? Have you ever wondered why cliques are so strong and close together, even if some of the members don't like each other?
So basically, birds of a feather flock together, as my mother would say.
It's because they sit together, eat together, laugh together, move together in time.
Interesting.
Okay.
Yay.
Number 5 says you perform worse under too much stress. So this is a psychological fact that you should keep in mind. If you're under tons of stress, your brain does not perform optimally. You actually perform worse. That's why it's so important to take a day off before a big test. Give yourself a break for good health and for your work.
It is.
I can dig that. That makes sense.
Number 6 says you're more likely to blame people rather than a situation. And I think I'm guilty. Wait, no, I'm guilty. Says, did you know that when undesirable events happen, humans are more likely to blame another person rather than the circumstance? If you're late for a meeting, you're more likely to blame the driver rather than the construction on the way, because the mind works that way. It's important to remember to take into account what you encounter to cause the issue.
Right.
So it's like, oh man, hurry up, drive around, move faster, come on, go, go, go. No, I mean,
really
there's
the
something
delay of the
happen on the road. You can't, so that's true. Number 7, the illusion of progress is motivating.
Say that again. The illusion of progress.
The illusion of progress is motivating. So if I think, yeah, I'm really coming along here, like I think I'm multitasking, I got half of that done, 25% of that done, and 10% of that done, hey, I'm getting somewhere. No, I haven't even completed the task. It's the illusion that I think that I have something done that motivates me. Number 8, it says you know how to do things you've never done before. I'm going to read that one. It says knowing how to do something you've never done before kind of sounds like a cool superpower, but we're all capable of it. For instance, your friend tells you that can scan the bar. Okay, that does not make sense. Your friends tell you.
You're anticipating. You are
No.
anticipating.
Your friends tell you that can scan the barcodes. Okay, that you can scan the barcodes of foods and drinks with her smartphone to find out the nutritional value. Even though your phone might not have the capability or you've never tried it before, your brain forms an idea or a picture of how to do it and how it works, called a mental model.
Mental model.
Okay. The mental model is described as a person's mental process on how something works. So the next time you're presented with something new, whether it's technology or something else, you'll automatically form assumptions of how to use it. I'll think about that one.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure about that one. Doesn't mean you know how to do it. You just have an idea of how it may work, not that that's how it's done or you know how to do it.
Right.
So it says your brain doesn't rest when it's sleeping.
I know mine don't. Half the time I don't even sleep the whole night.
It says
Oh, Lord.
when you think about sleeping, we often think about shutting down for the night. We sleep to take our mind off of things or help us make decisions, but in reality, our minds are quite active while we're snoozing. And I thought maybe he meant dreaming. You know, our brain is going to work, but no. So Professor Wilson of MIT studied sleep in rats and humans and found that during sleep, we are merging our memories and making new connections. So give yourself some credit.
How he know
You're
what the rat's
always
doing?
working.
His name ain't Willard.
He's the father of the Pied Piper.
You seen Willard? She seen Willard. Sorry.
Okay.
Y'all should watch Willie.
Poor Tony. Shit, like, this is the things I have to go through here.
Yeah, Crispin Glover, man. It's a good movie.
So the number 10 thing says you can only remember 3 to 4 things at a time.
That's true. You see all of these notes I got written, these papers, man. That's true.
That's a man thing.
I got stickies.
That's a
I
man
got
thing.
legal
See, you don't even
notepads.
hear
I got
me.
a
He can't
computer.
hear and talk
Said it
at the
wrong
same
on
time.
purpose.
Computer.
A computer.
Ah!
Yeah. I heard you trying to talk about me. I was tuning
What?
you out. Nothing.
I don't know what you're speaking of, young fella.
I'm like her.
The last thing says our minds wander. He says, I think we're all aware that our minds wander at times. But do you know how much? According to Professor Jonathan Schooler, our minds wander as much as 30% and sometimes even as high as 70, depending on where we are. Having a wandering mind has its pros and cons because we can miss out on information, but it also encourages activity and allows us to keep important information in mind while doing something else.
Huh? What you say?
Oh, Lord.
Write that down.
Yeah. So
You-
the
you-
next time your
uh,
mind starts to wander, Marcus, embrace it. It can be a good thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, like
yeah.
that.
Good thing.
So I'm thinking, mind wander, ADHD. No,
I don't love that, but my mind is.
My mind's
always.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there like,
We automatically think, sorry, clinician hat, but
like
when I deal with clients who have ADHD, when we start talking about prioritizing, they always think lastly of what the ultimate result is. And when if you have ADHD as a tip, what you want to think about is what you can handle at the very moment.
Right.
But also when you have ADHD, that's very hard for you to do because your thoughts are consistently racing. So that could be one or two things, that your ADHD is extremely high without medication, which I'm a holistic therapist. I don't believe in that.
Oh, really? Very
Yeah, I
good.
am. Yeah. But there have been times where I've recommended and said they do need to have an increase, or I recommend that they have X, Y, and Z. However, if a person is just kind of all over the place, you have to teach them. So then their mind is used to repetition and habit. So ADHD is really within all of us to a degree. But then how you choose to kind of perpetuate habits under that is what kind of increases some of that. So I'm sorry, I just wanted to put that out there, but
Okay, that's
I
cool.
can't help it.
That's cool, baby.
So everyone is, you're good. Your ADHD will actually help you to multitask
Yeah.
and to remember and stuff. But it's really about learning how to prioritize and put all this stuff together so you don't, forget. Let me know if you ever want me to show about diagnosis. Get
Okay.
some bipolar client. People be like, yeah, I have it. Okay.
I'm gonna send you a note.
Yes,
I'm gonna send you a note.
Send me a note. Let me know. That'd be good. And what this looks like culturally, too, for us when we start talking about, not to take away from,
Go
but
ahead.
this kind of ties into all of that. What it looks like culturally when we start talking about getting therapy, too. That's so important because a lot of people are African Americans, not all, or blacks. It's not a household conversation about getting help. It's not a household conversation about going to therapy. First of all, we automatically will say, from the majority that I have surveyed, in a sense, of patients that were interested, was, I want to, but I don't want people to think I'm crazy. Or, I'm good. I get my grandma. Grandma is the rock for everything, for cooking, for cleaning,
pray.
for I'm a pray.
Grandma gonna need therapy after this.
Yeah. So it's one of those things that we are not really comfortable with, but I've noticed more and more a lot of parents have called and said, and they have the right to do this. I would like my clinician to be black and a woman, and I do that. I want my OBGYN to be a black woman. So, that's just preference upon some things because you feel they can relate to them. And that's how I got a lot of my referrals too. So people was like, oh, I heard you're a black woman, or they'll look me up on their insurance. Oh, you're black, I'll take you. And I'm like, I could be black and not know anything about what I'm doing and just sitting here with these degrees. Yeah,
You know what,
I
though?
know.
But you know what's cool about that, though? I am very prideful about the fact that my eye doctor is black, my dentist is black, my
good.
internist is black, my oral surgeon is black, my the person that put braces on my daughter is black. I just need a black shrink and I'll be straight. You know what I'm saying? So, I sought that out and it worked out, and I did that on purpose. Because I'm not ashamed to support my own and to tell people that I support my own. And to be quite frank, I'm more comfortable with people who are of my culture, who may have intimate knowledge culturally about what may be something that I'm dealing with. And if my white brothers and sisters have a problem with that, y'all know my phrase. What's my phrase?
That's a you problem.
That's a you problem. So, because I'm not going to be part of the, we can't support our own thing because, they support their own and everybody else supports their own. So I definitely want to make that point, and I'm gonna holler at you when the cameras and the phones and everything go off. Because notice how I filled out the whole roster of doctors, and the one thing I'm missing is what you got. You know what I'm saying?
It's having this conversation, and now if you have like younger children, passing this along, because then that helps them to verbalize in front of their friends. I'm nothing wrong with me. I'm going because I need someone to talk to. I have clients that live in these areas, disenfranchised areas, or we call them projects. And I mean, I have clients from many projects, kids from ages 6 and up, and they have become very comfortable. And they will say, I told my friend, she tried to make me stay with her after school. I said, I gotta go see my therapist. And one girl scary, told me last month or the month, but she's like, Miss P, they say you got a therapist, you must got money, and everybody want a therapist now. And I'm like, okay, but Medicaid. And I tell families when I meet them, I said, listen, take advantage of this because, once I hit private practice after 2006, 250 and up. 300 an hour and up, depending on what it is.
Let's talk about that signal.
I mean, health insurance, but, depending on where you are, I could go to New York and charge way more in Upper East Side. Hello, 500 is nothing for them to say, I wanted to kill myself and I need to, give you the money. And so, I mean, it is what it is. But, we have to be aware because we are, even parents are hiding this. A lot of their depression, please don't, you can't even use that word in some households.
Listen, let's stop it because I'm gonna start having flashbacks, and we're gonna have to do my session right here.
I will
and
do
now.
right here, right now. Confidentiality, though, then I can't do it. I'm sorry. We have to do
nobody's gonna know.
HIPAA and all that.
Let's stop it because I'm just gonna start talking stuff out.
But we're already aware.
Nobody's gonna know.
Oh, that's right. You are.
Yeah, we already know.
Oh, no,
They already know.
I don't, and I couldn't have a session with them due to confidentiality anyway.
Oh, good grief.
Yeah.
I can't have my family come.
No. I mean, if you want to do a family session, then that would be more.
This is my family.
I want to know.
600 is
He's been my doctor lately.
Yeah. And that's a discounted rate, 600.
They listen. Family. They not talking. They just listen.
Yeah.
I try.
Listen, Linda. Linda,
West
Linda.
Indian? Are you all of West Indian?
No, they just playing.
No, seriously.
No, seriously,
Oh,
they just
okay.
playing.
Cut it out.
Who's playing?
Okay. Just asking, but I mean.
What, do I get a discount?
You from Pennsylvania?
What if we got white?
My daddy ain't from Pennsylvania.
No. I mean, just when we start talking about culture within the culture, like West Indians, we kind of break all of that up, and kind of what that looks like is so what. So interesting.
You see that face? You see the face?
You got a discount.
You got a discount.
You got a 600 for 3. That's a lot. We're talking about clinician putting time to
because of the
process.
bloodline.
Yeah, we're talking about putting in work to process. I have to hold in everything of what they're saying
My
and put it all
God.
together for you all to have a common goal. That's a lot of work.
Mommy, if you're listening,
Mommy.
you're here, is she? Look how you want to get out.
Oh my God.
But that is something you definitely need to talk about to your audience. There are people out there that are struggling. They have so many projects called the Semicolon Project. I really love, and that semicolon is actually a sign they put on the inside of a semicolon. And it deals with people who are, having issues with depression and suicide and just trying to figure out what that looks like for them and mean in terms of getting help and having people to understand how serious it is. I mean, you have people like everyone sitting in this room, we're functional, right, to society because we get out here, we go to work and everything. But at the end of the day, you have some people that are functional alcoholics. okay, that go home and they drink themselves. And it could be an everyday thing, and they don't think that is anything wrong because they still get up and go to work on time. They can still talk to you if you call. You are a functional whatever, and that's not okay. But it is okay if you recognize it, because then you know you should get the help. Hopefully, you will.
Hopefully.
So it's serious.
Hopefully.
It's very
And
serious.
to me, it's great to I think everybody needs some sort of counselor.
Yeah.
Whether you talk to just your pastor or you talk to a clinician, because you need to have that
Sounding
independent,
board. Sounding
outside, detached person who can be objective about your situation, and to just kind of keep you, if you feel like, I think I'm on a pretty even keel, I think you still need somebody to keep you there, because sometimes you can begin to spiral out of control and not really realize it until you're like hitting the bottom.
Yeah,
So
I remember hearing
totally
a story
feel
about
that.
Will and Jada, and they went on their first date to therapy. Like their first date,
Will and
with
Jada.
Will and Jada.
Yeah, that's good.
Their first date, they went to
Yeah,
see a
man.
therapist, and he was divorced, and she had some relationships that didn't work out, and when he pursued her, one of the things that she said to him was, "You want to go out with me? We'll make it fun, but we're going to see a therapist on the first date because
Yeah.
I'm not playing."
Good.
So that's what it is.
It's
So,
a lot of work.
so we're about to lose our special guest here. So
fun.
I want
I'm
to
so
give
glad
you
we
an
had this
opportunity to say your goodbyes. If anybody was listening, you want to shout them out or anything. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do.
Everyone.
Our sister Sylvia was listening too.
Yeah, who?
Our
Sylvia.
Sylvia was listening.
How you
She checked in. Comedian Sylvia Mitchell checked in here. With
Ty,
us.
Still waiting for my
Sylvia's the
lipstick.
one that introduced me to Marcus.
Yes.
I'm still
I
waiting
came
for my
along
lipstick.
with her to support her,
Yeah.
and then
She came to the Green Room version 2.0 with
yeah,
Alyssa P.
and I was like, I like this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, Sylvia, get the lipstick. She's waiting on her lipstick. But everybody that was listening, and you know what I want to say? This is the perfect place because probably no one's really listening, but it's easy. This is therapy for me. I find it interesting that on my fan page, like the Facebook fan page, people can like it, and they think I can't see how many people have actually viewed my page.
Yeah.
And
Thank
749 people viewed it, but only 5 people liked it.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's interesting. And if you're still listening, I know. But I'm pretty sure
Yep.
anybody that's going to go like something, they're probably like, dang, only 5 people like Jamaica stuff. No, actually, it's way more
That's it.
than what, you're seeing. And it's so interesting.
We see the same thing with Facebook hits. So we
Yeah.
Like, are you afraid?
I,
What stops you from?
I don't know.
Really?
Since I launched, and I don't know if you all have any other kind of businesses and things, like we all have a hustle. My mother has a hustle, but she hates that word. Look at her. Look at her. He got enraged.
Y'all missing her face.
But she does. It's Shirley's Boutique. So at the end of the day, I mean, it's one of those things that I realize, like, my personality is funny, and I put stuff up there, and I could put a picture up there and get like 200 likes. But as soon as I say, go and like my fan page, it's like, 1 like.
Yep.
I'm like, what's wrong with you?
I've had that conversation where I could put, I've got a very cynical sense of humor, so I can put something corny or silly, or like the other day I said that I randomly like to photobomb strangers, and people love that one. People liked it and everything. But if I said, we're going to boycott, all businesses on Black Friday so that we can put all our money together and actually put the boycotted money and not spend it at those places and spend them in black businesses, ain't nobody going to look at that. You know what I mean? And that kind of speaks to what we were talking about earlier on about, we just got this apathy in our community that we need to figure out a way to get around. So, Steppin with Marcus J. It's been a pleasure
I had fun.
having you.
Yeah.
It's good to see you again. We need to do it again soon. So
I
whenever
do.
you have something going on that you want to put out to the masses, we a national show and we're worldwide. I've got family in Korea that listens to us.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's tomorrow o'clock right now. She's listening to
Hi
us.
to New in Japan.
So they could be listening to us. So thank you
Yes.
absolutely for being here. I'm
Yep.
going to go ahead and walk you out, SY. And Tony, you're going to continue here for a few minutes.
And I'm going to get my information one
Absolutely,
last time.
please do.
And it's also like I'm into quotes. I have like over 400 quotes. But,
Put 'em out there, girl.
I am. Trust me. If you go to Notegraphy, Note GRAPHY, and type in Jamaica Pilgrim Note Graphy, which is one word. All of not all, but like maybe 12 quotes will pop up that I put up there, and it's pretty interesting. I kind of like it because people can view it from like anywhere, and so cool. I like it. But
okay.
you can do that, and you can go to @CircleTheChange and follow me on Twitter. Twitter. Okay. And yes, and sip your tea. Twitter. Since it's none of y'all business to like my page, then but or you can go to Facebook and you can type in Jamaica Pilgrim MSW or community involvement to remain connected and lead effectively, which you missed about that, but it's okay. You can we'll chat. Yeah, we'll chat.
What was that note graphy?
Note graphy, NOTEGRAPHY, but you have to type in Jamaica Pilgrim.
Why don't you ask?
Or just type in Jamaica. I don't know of any other Jamaica on Note graphy.
Why don't you just ask Siri to bring it up?
And it will bring up like all these quotes. Siri, I like her. Okay, Siri gets me up.
I mean, I forget about her, honestly. I
Yeah.
do. She's all right.
Yeah, she's okay. You got beef with Siri. What's up with that?
It's not that. I just don't really like her tone sometimes.
So change it to the
Pretty
dude.
consistent.
Dude talking to me, then my man will be like, "Who is that you talking to me?"
Oh, baby, that's just Siri.
That's why I changed mine to a dude, because I wasn't feeling the females. Like, I'm out of here.
I can do
I
that.
changed my GPS.
It was fun.
Walking dude.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me,
Thank
guys.
you.
Ain't no
Thank
half
you.
stepping with Marcus J. SY, the floor is yours, my sister.
Alrighty. So the last thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about, I have 7 signs that tells you that you need to scale back your schedule. Put it back. So the first one is there isn't a free spot on your calendar. You don't have that problem?
No.
Yeah, I do. I'm starting to get it. And I'm going to have to scale back. After I read this, I was like, you know what? I'm not doing a whole lot, but I'm doing too much. So I went through my calendar, and there are a few things I took out and a few things I kept. But, yeah. So it says one sign that you need to recognize, time to scale back your schedule, is if there isn't any free time on your schedule. You're completely booked for as far as you can see. You probably don't have much time to balance your life or your personal life. So that's one of the things that you can do. Number 2 is if you're overwhelmed. 1 second, everyone. I have to do this.
Yeah, while she's doing that, so feeling overwhelmed. If you often feel overwhelmed, your busy schedule may be to blame. This is a common feeling when you're too busy. It isn't a good feeling to have, and it's important to take some steps to fix it. See what you can do to slow down. This will help you feel like you can manage your life again. So, 1, there isn't a free spot in sight, and 2, you're feeling overwhelmed. Thirdly, you don't do anything for fun, which that is totally unacceptable because I need fun like every day. When we get busy, fun activities are generally the first thing to go. If you can't remember the last time that you did something fun, your schedule is too full, and that's nonsense.
I remember the last time I did something fun.
When was that? That's troubling. It should be like 3 o'clock today.
Oh.
Yeah. So, see if you can rearrange things to give you a bit more freedom. Doing things you enjoy helps you to feel happier and more balanced. That's what's wrong. That's why you're out of balance. Yeah, you're out of balance. Everyone needs time for fun in their life, but I think you make fun.
Well, I'll
You
have
are
to fix
fun.
that.
You do fun. You have fun.
So the 4th thing, thank you for doing that.
Sure thing.
The 4th thing is you're missing appointments. Now, if you forget that you have something to do, you are overbooked. You are overwhelmed. You have too much on your plate.
Maybe
And
forget on purpose. 'Cause sometimes I do that.
no, I
Oh
mean,
my gosh, I
it's-
forgot.
Oh my
they got
God.
they got a different word for that. called blowing off people. And stuff.
Yes. Number 5 is if constantly feeling behind, like you're not accomplishing anything, and you're not getting as much done as you should be. It's another sign that you need to scale back your schedule. And this is me, guilty, guilty, guilty. Number 6, you miss your friends. If your schedule is overbooked, you're probably missing your friends. If this is happening, something needs to change. One of my friends is making some kind of grunting noise. I don't know what it is, but you need to make time for your friends.
Yes, you do.
They're fun to hang out with, especially through the tough times. And I have to say that I have some friends that are so in there when it's the tough times. I have to say.
But honestly, I think a lot of people tend to withdraw when they're going through the tough stuff. And that's when you really need to like just be surrounded by the people that really, really
you got to
care about
realize that something's wrong or you're in a bad place. And if you want to get out of it, you got to realize that somewhere you can go in it. And if it's your friends, then go there. Sometimes if it's that bad for me, I need to cry it out or take the week and moan and groan or whatever it is to get over it. But most of the time, if I'm in a bad place and I need to come out of it, I seek somebody's help on helping me get out of it. I'll say something to somebody, tell somebody, I'm feeling like this. Sometimes I call Comedian S and let it out. I'm like, you won't believe it. This happened now and blah, blah, blah. I have had it. I am, call my mother. My mother's like, you know what? Just go ahead. Remember last year? This year, you're really going to have a stroke. Keep it up. Keep on letting these things get to you. And some things got to me last week. And I was I was mad. And I just said, you know what? Oh, Christ. I said, you know what? I got to get over it. So it's called a lemon that was just thrown in my face. I'm going to go make lemonade. So I have to get over it. And I got over it. And I said, well, if I got to deal with it, what can I do to make dealing with this fun? And I'm fine.
I can dig it.
I'm fine. It is what it is. There's nothing that I can change. So the number 7 thing, and this is true. This is so true, y'all. You've been feeling sick a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's my... Yeah.
If this hurts, you feel sick, or that hurts, and, stress. It's called stress. You're overworked. You're doing way too much. And when your body talks to you, by God, please pay attention. Please pay attention. So those are my 3 things I had tonight for you. I'm actually trying to find a game for you, something fun to do. So I'm still in the middle of that, and I'm going to get it.
I'm going to get it. And I'll have Steppin with Marcus J. Appreciate everybody. Stay with us through this late hour here. We are going to take our final break of the night. We are going to have an abbreviated segment, but in that segment, we're going to get right into our rants and our closings because there are 2 quick things that I wanted to get to that we didn't get to. One of them, what the hell is going on with the Ku Klux Klan, and something that the Army has changed, or said, I should say, that's got the rank and file all up in arms. We got that, we got our rants, and we got our closings. And Steppin with Marcus J with Tony and SY. Be back in a few minutes.